The Pittsburgh Steelers are entering a once-in-a-lifetime type of era. Aaron Rodgers will be under center for one season as he had made it clear he is retiring after this year. While the fan base and legends of the team are excited for the season, there is one just went through a rather scary situation. "I didn't have any clothes," Steelers legend reveals horrible situation they're in. If you're a four-time Super Bowl champion, you've probably handled pressure in some wild ways. Despite wrinkled pants, airport socks, and a golf shirt, Terry Bradshaw showed up not to make a difference. The Hall of Famer, fresh off a relaxing Hawaii vacation, walked straight into a wardrobe disaster just hours before his appearance on the To The Point Home Services podcast when he arrived home at his ranch. The 76-year-old Fox NFL Sunday veteran had one job: to bring the suit. Except he didn't. "I just came in from Hawaii. I didn't know how to dress for this event," he said. "So, I got a suit and put it in one of these carrier things where you can roll it and zip it up. We got home from Hawaii, and my wife goes, 'Where's the suit?' I said, 'Don't you have it?'" Bradshaw told the crowd, recalling when he and his wife, Tammy, realized the suit was missing. Wardrobe meltdown sparks Bradshaw's public plea. Bradshaw didn't just wing the podcast in his impromptu outfit. He turned the entire ordeal into a story and an appeal for empathy. His blue shirt? Bought at the airport. The socks? A quick grab from a golf shop. And those pants? Worn for 4 straight days. "My wife told me, 'You're going to go up there and you're going to tell these folks everything that you have on is what you're apologizing for,'" he said. Despite the chaos, Bradshaw powered through the live podcast appearance in front of a packed audience. He cracked jokes about his situation and Fox's new contract with Tom Brady. "Did you see the numbers they did?" he asked the crowd. 126 million people watched the Super Bowl. The pre-games alone got 28 million. Who in the world is going to sit around and watch that mess for 5 hours? He wasn't done. "I guarantee you, if I go in there and ask for a raise, well, we don't have any, we're running a little tight," Bradshaw mimicked. "Well, you just paid Tom Brady $37 million a year." The 4-time Super Bowl champion has been with Fox NFL Sunday since its debut in 1994. Even with his long-standing history, he admitted, "I did some bad deals, that's what it was." The takeaway? When you're Terry Bradshaw, a missing suit turns into a comedy show and a sharp reminder that even legends get left holding the empty garment bag. And yes, he's still looking for that suit. TJ Watt remains an elite defensive player, one who could reset the market for pass rushers later this summer. That seems to be the general consensus. So why is it taking so long for the Pittsburgh Steelers and what to come to an agreement on a new contract and end speculation and talking points that surround the situation? According to Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio, the general consensus around the NFL is that the Steelers are concerned with the way Watt finished the 2024 season and could be questioning his projection moving forward. "Yeah, I mean, that's more the common sense around the league," Florio said, according to video via 93.7 The Fan on YouTube. Why would the Steelers be waiting so long? Why would there be this sense that there's a gap? You never pay a guy for what he's done. If you pay guys for what they've done, you're asking for trouble. And you know, the cliche used to be that the NFL is a "what have you done for me lately" league. It's not that either. It's "what are you doing for me right now?" and "what do I expect you to do for me tomorrow?" That's what guys get paid on. They don't get paid on the past. They don't get lifetime achievement contracts. They get paid based on what we think this guy brings to the table right now, this year, next year, and maybe 1 year beyond that. And that's the key. Watt struggled down the stretch last season. There's no denying that. He had back-to-back goose egg performances in the regular season finale against the Cincinnati Bengals, and then in the wild card loss to the Baltimore Ravens. Around Christmas, a report surfaced that Watt was dealing with a thumb injury. That was right around the time that he was battling through an ankle injury suffered a few weeks earlier against the Philadelphia Eagles. Those injuries could have played a factor in his lack of impact late in the year. He clearly wasn't himself. What might have also factored in was that teams were able to easily scheme against him, too. Watt was always on the left side of the Steelers' defense, right side of the offense, and never moved from his spot. That made it easier for teams to chip and double-team him in an effort to negate his impact. Despite putting up a goose egg showing against the Bengals, would generate 6 pressures in that loss. He also graded out at an 88.3 overall from Pro Football Focus. In the playoff loss, he generated 4 pressures, but graded out at a season-worst 51.5 overall from PFF. On the year, Wood played 1,002 snaps and still finished as one of the NFL's best pass rushers per PFF's metrics. But there might be concerns with the struggles late in the year, not to mention the injuries piling up. Wood will turn 31 years old in October and already has nearly 7,000 career snaps under his belt. The body could start to show signs of wear and tear, like it does for everyone. If that is a concern for the Steelers, it makes sense. Paying a pass rusher on the wrong side of 30 years old $40+ million per year and committing term and guarantees to him to reset the market could cause some hesitation. That's only natural. That said, if GM Omar Khan, owner Art Rooney II, and head coach Mike Tomlin want Wood to remain a one-helmet guy and finish his career as a legacy Steeler, they're going to need to pay up. That means taking a chance on Wood still being an elite player the next few seasons despite his age at a premium position. The Pittsburgh Steelers are trying to go all in during Aaron Rodgers' final season in the NFL in 2025. Pittsburgh finished with a 10-7 record during the 2024 season, and the Steelers have not won a playoff game since the 2016 season. One of the biggest distractions for the Steelers before the 2025 season begins is whether or not TJ Watt will be signed to a long-term deal. What has been mentioned in trade rumors, but Pittsburgh would most likely be unwilling to trade him elsewhere. With Watt entering the final year of his contract, will he hold out to begin training camp or will something else occur? Pittsburgh Steelers TJ Watt could be getting a massive payday in the future. There are many questions about Watt's future with the Steelers organization. He is 30 years old, and he will turn 31 years old on October 11th. Is it worth it for Pittsburgh to sign him to a long-term deal, or are the Steelers just better off trading him or letting him walk at the end of the season? Those are a lot of questions that General Manager Omar Khan will have to answer. Mike DeFabwa of The Athletic knows that the one player on the Steelers roster to potentially watch out for when it comes to a future contract with the team is Watt. DeFabwa said, back in 2021, the Steelers made Watt the NFL's highest-paid defensive player when they signed the star edge rusher to a 4-year, $112 million extension. However, to get his money, Watt had to stage a prolonged hold-in that wasn't resolved until the Thursday before the season opener. As Watt enters the final year of his current deal, he has again brought attention to his unresolved contract situation by skipping OTAs and mandatory minicamp. While both sides have expressed a desire for Watt to finish his career in Pittsburgh, will they come to a resolution more quickly this time around? And how close will Watt get to matching Myles Garrett's deal, which pays the Cleveland edge rusher $40 million per season? Steelers fans think Watt is the best defensive player in the NFL, and Browns fans think Garrett is the best defensive player in the NFL. Some people think that Pittsburgh will not be contenders in 2025, and they maybe should look to trade him. During the 2024 season with the Steelers, Watt recorded 61 tackles, 11.5 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and 4 pass deflections. Paying him over $40 million per season on a potential new contract will cause backlash and excitement no matter what. Pittsburgh is in a no-win situation with Watt's contract. The Steelers always believed to be a win-now team, but this is a team that is potentially tone-deaf to a rebuild, and they need a total hard reset.